For today's video, we are going to do another thrift store challenge. So this time we are going to go to West Elm, get loads of inspiration, and then we are headed over to the thrift store to see what we can get for a whole lot less. With that being said, let's go ahead and get started. The first decor category I wanted to touch on were the frames and the artwork and the mirrors. West Elm is known for having very modern, mid-century inspired style, so you want to look for a lot of black and white art prints with an abstract pattern when you're at the thrift store. I found this one for just 50 cents and you can always reframe it. I also found this three-dimensional artwork that looked super similar to this one from West Elm. I really love these Parson bone inlay mirrors sold at West Elm. However, the price tag is pretty hefty. And the last time I was out thrifting, I came across this really interesting tile checker print mirror. Now there was some damage to the mirror, but the person who donated it was nice enough to also donate the tiles that were missing from that top corner there. So I decided we're just going to try to just bring this back to life. And if it doesn't work, it's no big deal. It was only 50 cents. Before I glued anything, I just decided to kind of map out where the tiles were gonna go, and then I chose to use super glue gel and applied dabs to the mirror, and then I applied the tiles on top of those dabs of super glue gel, and then I clamped it down and I let it sit overnight. Once the super glue gel had cured, I just removed that clamp, and this is the end result. I think for 50 cents, I have a very beautiful, aesthetic, and trendy mirror that fits in my space really well. Okay, so now let's talk about some furniture pieces you would find at West Elm, because this is where things can get really expensive. So West Elm, I think, is known for having a very modern or mid-century modern design aesthetic with a lot of rich textures. So those are things that you would want to keep your eyes out for at thrift stores as well. And the last time I was out garage sailing, I came across this beautiful wooden bench, and it was $20 originally, but she actually gave it to me for half off because it was the last day. And again, just like the mirror, there is a little bit of damage here, so I'm going to try to shade that in with a little furniture marker. And also I wanted to create an easily removable top cushion for this wooden bench. The first thing I needed to do was just take some quick measurements of the top of this bench so I knew how big I was going to need to make the insert. So to start the cushion insert, I needed to find some fabric that I was going to be using to cover the insert from an old pillow that I was going to be using. So I came across this fitted sheet, took it home, washed and dried it, and cut it down to the appropriate size that I was going to be needing for that insert. After it was cut down to size, I just laid it on top of the bench, and then I folded it onto itself, and then I just ran it through the sewing machine so that way I would be able to fill it. I started by sewing the back together and then the bottom, and then I flipped it inside out and then left the top exposed so I would be able to fill it. Now I'm just forewarning everybody, if you want to do a project like this using a down alternative pillow, you might end up looking something like this. Once the cushion was complete and it was covered with that linen fabric, I decided to go to Walmart and pick up a couple leather belts, because I think that this is a good way to kind of keep the cushion from sliding about, but it's not a permanent situation. If I want the cushion on there, I can easily have it on there by simply strapping these down, but then also I can remove it should I need to in the future, and I love the versatility of this piece. One thing that I always love in any home decor store are wooden bowls, and West Elm was no exception, but you can also find really beautiful wooden bowls at the thrift store. So for example, I had previously thrifted this large wooden bowl for $4.99, as well as this medium wooden bowl for $4.99 and this oblong shaped bowl for $3.99. But my newest find was this sweet little bowl for just 50 cents. Altogether under $15, which is still lower than the smallest wooden bowl size you could find at West Elm. So taking the leftover of that linen-y fabric, making a quick tablecloth, stacking these wooden bowls on top, and I think I can have a really similar look on a budget. West Elm did not have any shortages of beautifully shaped baskets in various sizes and color tones, but the thing I like to go for primarily is to see how things are styled. So I saw this little oval basket and they were charging $50 for it, and they had styled it on an entryway table and placed 2 white books inside of it. And I thought we can go to the thrift store and find something really similar to that. And the last time I was at the thrift store, I came across this beautifully shaped oval basket for just $1, and it looked so similar to the one from West Elm. So I decided to just style it exactly how they did. It looked beautiful, grabbed 2 white thrifted books, and there you have it. I spent about $3 for this styling, and it looks so similar. So now let's talk about books for a second. So I was on West Elm's website and I came across this decorative book bundle and it was $180. So I had to go to the description. Why is this $180? Are these vintage books? Are they special? And no, it's just 10 to 12 literary works in a coordinating color palette. That's all it is. And you can go to the thrift store and find this exact thing. Sometimes hardback books are $1, sometimes they're $1.50, sometimes they're 50 cents, but they would never ever be close to that price point. And you can get that look for so much more affordably. So now that we've bought our books, what do we do with them? How do we style them? Because the art of styling can really make or break your space. So I like to style my books obviously vertically. I think that's probably the most common. I also like to style them horizontally to give height to something. You can also blend them together and do vertical and horizontal, or even make them front facing. The last situation I really love is more for like a coffee table or a desk, but that is just to leave it open for some beautiful imagery. Abstract sculptures and decorative objects are a really nice way to break up your space from feeling a little bit too mundane and boring. And they automatically give this sort of high-end appearance, but they're also really expensive. So I do like to try to go to thrift stores, and there's almost always a little bit of DIY involved. So I found that wooden arch for just 25 cents. I thought it might be a fun project in the future to maybe embellish it with some wooden beads or some clay, or to change it up and make it feel really special in its own way. I also came across this really interesting stone that had a hole in the top, and she gave it to me for 25 cents because she didn't know what it was, and to be honest, I don't either. But I think the opportunities are truthfully endless. I could kind of create something really similar to what I saw from West Elm using like an embroidery hoop or something like that. But for now, I'm just going to use it as an incense holder. West Elm had so many beautiful brass lanterns, brass candle holders, brass candelabras, and I love using brass in my space. And I came across this beautiful candelabra for just 50 cents, and I loved this sort of almost vintage flair that it had, even more so than the West Elm one, which is a bit too modern for my space. I added some Dollar Tree candles, and for under $2, it was the perfect addition to my daughter's room. The lighting options available at West Elm are probably some of my favorite. I think they do lighting extremely well. They make it feel really organic and modern and special without it being overwhelming, which I think is a fine line. And whenever you're thrifting lamps, it can be a bit tricky, but there's a few things I like to look out for. So for example, I found this lamp base for $5. The shade was not included. So the first thing I made sure was that the lamp worked, which thankfully it did. And then the second thing I look out for is all of the components are here. So the top screw piece is there, the switch that's going to turn this light on and off is there, and then I'm paying attention to the type of shade I will need. So I ended up finding this lamp shade at the thrift store for just $3, and I decided to place it with this lamp base, and I think for right now it's a good fit and it works in the space really well. The number one thing I am such a sucker for are pleated ceramics. So West Elm had a lot of different options in colors that you could choose from, but they also had a lot of beautiful neutrals with a lot of details and a lot of divots, which I really enjoy because I think that way you can have a lot more fun with your florals. So I came across this one at the thrift store for just $1, but I liked that the pleating was just a bit softened and it wasn't so eye demanding because I knew the lamp that was going to be beside this vase had a lot of pleats in it. And florals are also really demanding on our eyes. So I kind of just paid attention to how they styled things. They used those burgundy florals in that sort of creamy vase. I found these florals originally from Joann Fabrics for just $1, and I just decided to test it out in the store. I like to do that before I purchase things because you oftentimes can't return things to a thrift store. I liked the way that looked, so I decided to bring it home and also add that to my daughter's room. Another material I kept seeing pop up all over West Elm was marble, which totally fits in with their modern design aesthetic. And they do marble really well. They make it feel really interesting. And I loved these emerald green dishes. I thought they were gorgeous. And on one of my recent trips to the thrift store, I came across this emerald green marble tray. Now I'm assuming that this probably had a cloche attached to the top of it, but the cloche was sadly not included, but this was only 50 cents. And I think I'm able to get that look for a whole lot less. It's definitely important to incorporate pattern and print into your space, otherwise it just kind of feels a bit stale and bland. And West Elm carries a lot of tortoise printed items, and so does Anthropologie. So I've actually shown you guys this tortoise printed vase. I believe I paid $7.99 for it, and for fall I think I'm going to fill it with some magnolia stems. So whenever you have a vase that you can see through it, and I know this is a bit more discreet because there's a print, I always say just trim to the size you need, so then that way you don't see any like curls at the bottom and it's a dead giveaway that your florals are fake. If you have very West Elm inspired style, you might also really enjoy the use of abstract design in their textiles. So for example, they use a lot of bold, punchy colors and a lot of abstract prints in their pillow covers, but they're also really expensive. So the next time you're at the thrift store, try to keep your eyes peeled for a similar type of look. And that about wraps it up for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. If there is a store or a website you would like me to do this style of a video to, please leave me a comment down below, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.